Hello interwebs and welcome to my channel. So as many of you know, I am moving to Seattle this coming weekend, at least from my perspective of when I'm shooting this video. But for you, probably by this time this video goes up, which I believe will be Monday or Wednesday, I'll actually already be in Seattle, which is so incredibly cool. And I couldn't have done it without all of your help and this wonderful community on this channel. But in terms of all the moving, the very last thing that I have to tear down is this wall right here full of all my toys and knickknacks that I've been using as a backdrop for all of my videos. And so I figured, you know, as I tear it down, I might as well take just a few minutes to show some of you my favorite, some of you, all of you out there watching, not just some of you, you know, some people aren't going to get the full video or something like that. But no, I'll show all of you out there some of my favorite little knickknacks and toys that are on this shelf because I might change it up in Seattle. I don't know yet. It might be the same exact shelf, it might not be, but I'm gonna just take some time as I tear this down to just go through and show you some of my favorite knickknacks on the shelf. Also, we got a creeper Jadzia Dax over there, so she's just creeping. That's a little bit better. So quite literally, as soon as I finished filming my introduction, a jackhammer started going off. They're digging into the street right across from my apartment, which, considering this is the very last day that I am in Los Angeles, and this is the very last video that I need to film, and I can't film it at any other time, there's even car alarms going off. This is LA basically saying, like, screw you, goodbye, we hate you. So I find it kind of hilarious in a very stressful sort of way, so unfortunately I can't film this at any other time. So if you do hear a jackhammer or car alarms going off in the background, sadly there's not much I can do about it, so apologies for that kind of noise going off in the background. Yeah, LA is just sending me off in true LA style with a lot of noise during the middle of my filming of my videos. That's just pretty par for the course. But let's keep going and take a look at my shelf. Alrighty, so on this shelf, I'll be honest, this is one of my prized possessions. This is actually a holiday gift, a birthday gift. Birthday or Christmas, I forget which, but this was actually a gift from my roommate, and it is honestly one of my favorite things. Many of you know out there, I adore Star Trek Enterprise. So having like a true model NX-01, like a real like nice model of the NX-01 just warms my heart, and this is honestly one of my favorite things that I own. I adore it, and I thank my roommate for getting me this. I just love it so much. You'll see a lot of these throughout the shelf, but I have these like ornament, like model things right here. Also, like, look at Captain Picard. Captain Picard looks really weird. Doesn't look like Patrick Stewart in there. It's like it looks like a strange bald man. I don't really have a joke there. It just looks kind of weird. But anyways, I have a bunch of these like ornament Star Trek toys. My mom, ever since I was a kid, she didn't really know what to get me for Star Trek stuff. So she would always get me these Christmas ornaments that were like really cool models. I actually think they're really kind of nice and neat. Got a lot of dust on it. And I just think they're just kind of cool. So there's a bunch of them throughout this thing that my mom got me and gets me every year. She gets me like 2 or 3 of those sort of Hallmark Christmas ornaments. And I really kind of enjoy them. This guy is also one of those as well. Oh, hey, look, the jackhammer stopped, of course. Jackhammer's back on. Can't stop the jackhammer, baby. Alright, so I got these, they kind of knocked down here, but I got these, like rainbow Batman sort of Funko Pop things. I like them because they're like subtly pridey, like subtly LGBTQ inclusive, but they're still kind of nerdy and silly. So I really like these sort of LGBTQ Batman. We also have on the shelf, I call this shelf like kind of my gals shelf because we got Sonequa Martin Green, who is freaking amazing. Just saw her in the Star Trek Discovery Season 3 premiere. She acted her butt off. This is one of my favorite photos. I don't know if you can get a good look at it, but I just like that I got my photo from her. I mean, look at me doing the I don't want to lean too closely because I don't want to be in your personal space, but you're a really cool person who I want a picture with, lean onto Sonequa Martin Green. She was so kind. For like the 10 seconds that I got to see her, she was just very kind and very warm-hearted. Truly a wonderful person to talk to and meet, and I am just so glad that she's part of Star Trek. But the other part of my gal shelf is I also have these 2 girls, Jadzia Dax and Ensign Ro. These are actually like really kind of cool models. I don't know if you can see how well they look, but they're actually like really nice little action figures of these characters. I think they're just very well done. Moving on here, we got another like subtle pride thing. I kind of like that you have all the different Green Lantern rings. Though, if you notice, though some eagle-eyed viewers may notice this, I did have all of the Green Lantern rings, but I lost one of my blue rings, and so I have two. Actually, I think these are the Compassion Green Lantern rings. I have two Compassion Green Lantern rings and lost my Hope ring, which seems ironic considering my kind of love of Star Trek. But yeah, I actually have two Compassion rings, and I don't know where my Hope ring is, so I need to get another Hope ring. But, you know, two Compassion rings. I'm fine with having extra compassion, aren't you? The other weird thing with this shelf is you'll notice, and I have a few of these, I think I have one for every single major Deep Space Nine character, but they're these sets of, like, these weird, like, I don't know what's going on, but these are Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Deep Space Nine characters, and, like, what does O'Brien have here? What is this, like, red thing he's got going on? Jatsia's in this, like, chair, but she also has, like, an X-ray on her back. Like, I don't know what these toys are. I just have them because they're, like, some of the few Deep Space Nine toys that you can get, and, so I like having Deep Space Nine toys, but I really don't know. I don't know what's what is O'Brien doing here? What is this? Why is Jadzia getting an X-ray? Why is Cisco, like, I guess Cisco's kind of normal. He's just sort of standing on a red thing and shooting a phaser, but yeah, these are weird. These are weird toys. And of course, you got my second favorite ship of Star Trek, and that is the USS Enterprise E, not the NX-01. The NX-01 is my favorite Star Trek ship. The E is my second favorite, and this is a very nice model. It's not as nice as, like, the Eagle Moss ones, but this is a very cool, like, Playmates model of the Enterprise E, which I really love. All right, here on this shelf, we got more of these, like, little ornament guys that I have. I like this one quite a bit. It's like the end of Wrath of Khan. Very cool little model here. Very sad model here. And then, unfortunately, we got this picture with a certain little Star Trek actor from, you know, a few of the Star Trek movies, Mr. William Shatner. Yeah, he blocked me on Twitter. For those of you who don't know, yeah, I did a video on him a few weeks ago. He blocked me on Twitter, so sad face. Yeah, he's kind of a, you know, he's being bad. He's being a bad guy, so we're just gonna, you know, bad Shatner. You know, I still appreciate you. You did a lot for me, but yeah, you can take a rest there, buddy. And then, of course, we got the top shelf. Oh, my God. So yeah, there's a lot going on this top shelf. I kind of put a lot of stuff up here that I wanted to pack away. But so I'm not going to go through everything up here, but I'll mention a few of the things that I really love. We got, you know, more of my Miles and Bashir, you know, love here. Mwah, 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 mwah. These are nice little figures. I've had these figures since I was a little kid. My dad got them for me way back. So these are really old figures comparatively to, at least in terms of how long I've had them compared to a lot of the stuff on this shelf. A couple other things you'll notice on the shelf, I got more of these like little ornaments showing little scenes from throughout Star Trek. You can kind of see these little guys. The other thing too is I have little models of every single Enterprise from the original all the way to the Enterprise E. These are like really nice models. They're like ceramic. Some of them are broken a little bit here and there, but because I've had to move them so many times throughout the years. But these are really nice models. That's the Enterprise C. You got the Enterprise B here, which is kind of nice. You got the original Enterprise. You can see it kind of broke a little bit right there. You know, my theory on broken stuff, it's sad when like stuff like this breaks. You obviously don't want it to break, but I also like it a little bit because you like remember when you broke it. It kind of makes it yours in its own unique way. I need to dust these things too. A lot of dust on there. And I don't know, I just think that it's kind of nice when you break something specifically. Like, as long as you can still see it and you only kind of notice it when you look close. I just like that, you know, it makes it kind of yours. It makes it unique to you. I know some people are a bit more precious about it, but I mean, I'm not actively trying to break the thing. But I like that it gives it a little bit of flavor to yourself. But one other thing I will show here is I do have, let's see if I can get them off their little stands here. I have Willow and Tara from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Obviously one of my favorite queer couples in all of like fandom geekery stuff. These two are absolutely wonderful, and so I just like having a little Willow and Tara for up here. The only other major thing I'll mention from the top shelf up here is this guy. This is from Star Trek Comic-Con 2009. It's a little foam finger from Star Trek Comic-Con 2009. I actually got to go to Star Trek Comic-Con with my dad in 2009, right before the original, you know, Star Trek 09, the J.J. Abrams movie came out. So they had like a big like bridge set that you could sit on, and me being like a little kid who like didn't get to have much of like a Star Trek community when I was growing up in like high school, middle school, it was so cool to go to Comic-Con and have this big Star Trek thing and get this foam finger and share it with my dad. I just have really nice memories of Comic-Con. And I talk San Diego Comic-Con, I should say. And getting to like celebrate Star Trek and get excited about a Star Trek thing for the first time in my life around a community of other people that are into Star Trek. Obviously, that's grown clearly through this channel throughout my life. But as a kid, this was something unique and special. And it's kind of fading, so I'm sure that this will probably break up and everything in a little while. But I just like having a little memento of that time. I think that's it's a little sweet, and so I've just always carried around this like weird foam finger thing from that time. Okay, so the rest of these shelves are a bunch of like little like random knickknacks and things. So I'm not going to go through everything because I do need to finish up because I'm actually running a bit behind unpacking, so I need to get that done. But to show you a couple cool other things on this shelf, I really love this shelf right here. I got my like mini Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise set here. It got some of the original cast members, but we got Archer, we got Malcolm Reed, we got DePaul, we got Travis. Also, we got Kirk, Spock, McCoy, of course. But I appreciate the original, or the NX-01 crew here more. It got the captain's chair for Archer. I do have a little bit more of the NX-01 bridge set piece from those toys. But I don't have enough room to display them on here. So that's what you get. I also, obviously, I have, I don't know if you can see her in the camera angle, but I have Savick, who I really love here, who's going to drop her because she came off her stand. Got a Gorn. We obviously got my boy Saru from Star Trek Discovery. We got Jayla from Star Trek Beyond. So I like that this is sort of like the underappreciated side of Star Trek, along with like the original cast. But there's like a bunch of like underappreciated characters on here, which I really do enjoy. Right here is like my Harley Quinn shelf. I have actually a ton. I have like 20 Harley Funko Pops. I don't really talk about Harley all that much on this channel, but I'm a huge Harley Quinn fan. Adore her to death. I should talk about her more on my channel. I love the Harley Quinn animated series. But so these are just some of my favorite Harley Quinn knickknacks and things. I got a like punk rock Harley, but I have about 20 Funko Pops, and I just did not have room to put them all on the shelves. Obviously, also we got a Romulan bird of prey up here, just sort of Jay chilling up here. So that's going on. Also, we got those little Miyazaki Princess Mononoke little guys here. Princess Mononoke is my favorite Miyazaki film. I absolutely adore it, so I'm glad I have that. Here we got our giant Master Chief head from Halo 3. I got this when I bought the Halo 3 Legendary Edition, so I adore that. We also got our, Sonic Screwdriver here from Doctor Who. Some more little Star Trek stuff. Ooh, that kind of popped out. So that never happens to me, That never happens. I swear. And then on this shelf, we got another cool little guy from the Enterprise. This is the NX-01 refit. Obviously, you can see it kind of has the, like, warp, what is this? The tractor beam. Oh my gosh. Deflector dish. Oh my god, I'm a bad Trekkie. But you got the NX-1 refit. This is what the NX-01 Enterprise would have looked like in Season 5 of Enterprise had they made it. And this is just a really cool, very nice die-cast model of that, and I really, really love this model. Another gift from my roommate, who is very much encouraging of my Enterprise love. So enjoy that very much. And then this is a weird thing that my mom also got me. I would have never asked for this. I'm not really a commemorative coin kind of person. But my mom got me these like commemorative coin, this like very nice little case for like these Star Trek commemorative coins. The Gold Proof collection. They look cool. I'm not the biggest like coin person, but they have these like cool little, I don't know if you can see how well on there, but they have these cool little coins with like different characters and stuff in the Enterprise. It's kind of nice. It looks kind of cool, but not my cup of tea, but I think it just looks kind of classy. It makes me look like I'm all like, look at me, I'm a Star Trek fan, yes. So it looks kind of nice, but not my cup of tea, but my mom got it for me, and I think it looks kind of cool. Upscale, as it were. And then the bottom shelves are just a bunch of random knickknacks and stuff, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will mention a couple things on there. I got this guy, which is an old wizard dude. There's nothing special about him in terms of what he's from. He's just like a wizard dude from like D&D. But I want to mention him because this was the first sort of like fantasy thing that I remember from a kid. My dad used to have this. My parents got divorced, and in his original apartment, when he lived by himself before he remarried, he just had this guy. And I just always remember loving it. I remember loving staring at the crystal ball. And then he wanted to sell it in a garage sale a few years later after he moved in with my stepmom, who he had married at that point. And I would not let him sell it because I just had so many memories of of this guy. So I don't know. It's just something that I just have a weird like affinity for. This like weird wizard with a crystal ball dude. So I've carried him around with me ever since. He's also got a big pot belly, so you're a big fat wizard. Big fat wizard are you. And the last few things I mentioned, I have like a cool little claptrap from Borderlands. I'm a huge fan of the Borderlands series. Again, something I don't really talk about often, but I really love the Borderlands games. And then also I have over here, I have Lion Cat from the Saga comic book series. I love the Saga comic book series. And obviously this is Lion Cat from that series. I won this actually in a contest. A comic book store had a contest, and it turns out I actually won it. I think they were giving it away because obviously this is not the color that Lion Cat should be. I think that this was sort of a misprint of this model, and someone just forgot to paint colors on this version of Lion Cat because I think he's pink in the comics. So I just got this for free. I think it's kind of cool, unique, even though it's sort of like grayscaled version of Lion Cat. I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, I adore having this little Lion Cat here. But that's really everything that I wanted to show you on the shelf. I'm sure I will rearrange things and you'll get to see more stuff in previous videos. There's a lot more on the bottom shelf, but it's just like an eclectic knick-knack of random stuff that I don't really show off as much because they aren't on the higher shelves. But yeah, I think that was cool. You got to see a little bit about me, some of the knick-knack stuff. Hopefully some of it will probably remake it to the next shelf setup, or some of it probably won't. But I just wanted to share it with all of you, and I thought you guys would enjoy seeing some of my weird little knickknacks and before I took it all down and hid it away. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to finish off packing, and I will see you all in Seattle. Like I said, more than likely by the time you see this video, I'm already in Seattle, so should be fun, and I will see you there. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. What are some of your favorite toys that you saw on my shelf, or some toys that you may have? Do we share toys? Do you have toys that I should, look into if you think I like certain stuff? I'd love to hear all of that in the comments. But beyond subscribing, commenting, and help me out on Patreon if you want to help me with the move in any way financially. Beyond all of that stuff, I'm just glad you stopped by, and hope that you, as always, live long and prosper. Now, where did Dax go? Oh, God. She's not here anymore. She's waiting. A huge thank you to my amazing patrons who make this channel happen, and an extra special thank you to Miranda Janelle, Ashley Allen Bokikio, Eli Berg-Moss, Ashlyn Solstice, Christina Dalliance, Greg Gillum, Stephen Kleinard, Boyd and Mary Beth Earl, Wellington Marcus, Wayne Twitchell, Buttoneer, Ish the Mad, Munir Amlani, John Steele, Gavin Robinson, William Stewart, Michael Beam, Spock TOS, BBD, Nathan Olson, The Sir Spence, Zach Cody, Bree Beecher, Maeve, Chloe Dollar, Subraxis, Wen Dizzle Bizzle, Tanya Trummer, Gretchen Badger, Dante St. James, Polly Mina, Piston Twisted Garage, Mark the Edge, and Din. I could not do this without all of you, so thank you so much, especially this month.